It was already a perfect day to have our colleague Devin McCourty on the program because of the departure of Bill Belichick from the Patriots. But now with the news that Jerod Mayo will be taking over as the next head coach, even more reason to talk to Devin about it. So we'll get right to it. First of all, good morning and thank you for joining us from your vehicle on the side of the road safely. Always be safe, especially kind of hard to drive with the camera on anyway. Okay, so give us your thoughts on the departure of Bill Belichick as coach of the Patriots.
I think one of the biggest things is it's been expected in the building. I think a lot of people kind of knew that Jerod would hopefully be the guy taking over. And I would say he has the unique experience of being under Bill as a player and a coach, but also the time away from football. When he left football, he got to work at Optum in Massachusetts, where he worked closely with the leadership. He understands when you hear him talk, he talks not just leadership in football, but kind of CEO talk in life, leading people. So I've always said it. I think he'll be one of the best leaders of men in the National Football League. And I'm excited for him because he's been, trying to think ahead of what he wanted to do in life. And when he got into coaching, his ultimate goal was to someday be a head coach. And he talked a lot about all of the things he was able to learn from Bill.
Devin, is there any danger at all in the fact that since he left the University of Tennessee and was a first-round pick of the Patriots in 2008, he never played or coached for another person other than Bill Belichick? He's only known one way. You think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think to the outside world, they'll only think that. But I think when you actually, you want to get into being a football coach, why would you not want to learn from a guy who's got to do it for 24 years, 6 Super Bowl titles, all of those different things? And I think the unique thing about learning from somebody is you get to take all the things you love and enjoy and then implement the other things that you want to do. So I think with him, now he's learned outside of football things that you can now incorporate into the football world, helping these young guys out. I think he's closer in age to some of the players on the team, so he understands that. He has kids around, a little younger than some of these guys. So he gets both sides of it. So I think it's a unique hire, but I'm excited for him. I think he'll do a great job. But I understand the reservations of some people who are like, well, all he is a Patriot. But I think when people get to be around him and talk to him, they'll see the differences between him and Bill and how the organization will be going forward.
He's instantly the youngest coach in the NFL at 37. He's a month younger than Sean McVay. How do you expect him to be different than Bill Belichick from our perspective on the outside, as media, as fans? What will be different about Jerod Mayo as coach?
I think off rip, people will notice personality-wise, he's way different. Jerod is the talkative, can be in any room, talk to anybody. I've been with him so many different places. He always fits in. He's always cracking jokes. The thing about him, even as a player, he always had a little bit of him where he can push guys, but not in a way that he had to be in your face, yelling and screaming. The first way was by example. He was going to challenge guys that gets to his standard, his level of preparation, hard work. And the second way was always keeping it light. He was always in the training room, cracking jokes. I mean, we'd be in there on game day getting IVs, and if a little air got in your IV, he would run in there and be like, oh my God, your heart's going to stop, and like freak people out and then start dying and laughing on game day. So he has a different approach to things. And I think he'll keep it light, and it'll be a super probably positive place, different than what everyone's heard about over the years of New England, the low lights and everything like that. He's just a different personality than Bill altogether. So I think you'll see those differences right away.
Devin, do you expect Robert Kraft to institute a more traditional football structure with a general manager in place who runs the draft and a coach who coaches the team and perhaps has final say on the roster, but more of a traditional general manager structure?
I do. I thought it was interesting yesterday when Mr. Kraft said, in the 90s when Bill was kind of coming up and taking over more of the different roles in the organization, he said he was kind of ahead of his time, and he feels like people have caught up to that a little bit. And I think that means we'll see the Patriots move more in a direction of what we see other teams kind of have that great relationship between GM and coach, but ultimately have different figureheads in the building, whether it's a president, general manager, different people who run different things, but ultimately all work together towards making sure ownership loves what's going on. But I think we'll see more of an approach like that.
Robert Kraft was asked yesterday, Devin, what's gone wrong the past couple of years to contribute to 2 straight seasons with no playoffs. He said he's not qualified to answer that. You are. From your perspective, what's gone wrong and what needs to go right moving forward?
I think it was time for a total reset. I think we'll see a better Bill Belichick going forward. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on where he lands, we see some team take off right away, because I think everyone will learn from the situation. But I think with the Patriots, we'll see them attack the draft differently. I think we'll see them have more of an approach that we see other teams, whether it's the top player on the board, a quarterback. Like, we won't see as much as, New England being known for when everybody's going one way, they go to a different direction. I don't think we'll see that. I think we'll see the Patriots kind of fall in line and do some of the things we see other teams do. And I think the biggest thing will be how everything moves forward. We're going to see a total different coaching staff with Jerod taking over and Bill probably still coaching. They're going to have to make decisions on who stays, who goes, how that works out. So I think the differences will be on how they draft the personnel, what they look at free agent wise, and then overall how the team is run from a personality standpoint will be way different going forward.
Devin, did you expect what we all saw yesterday, which was Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft presenting a united front, parting amicably? Did part of you wonder whether Bill was going to be able to stand up there and do that after they agreed that he would no longer coach?
I did. I just think, like everybody else, you just never know. But I thought it was a really cool sight to see 2 men who changed the lives of so many different guys and women who have come through that building to stand up there for 24 years and just celebrate and talk about how, they changed the game, how what they did will probably never be replicated. I thought it was very cool. And I think for the outside world, but especially for the guys like myself that have been in the building, been around both of them, to see them come together and talk about those things and the things they were able to accomplish, we all feel like we were a part of it and we all had a small part, but it was awesome to see them 2 do that. And, you never know. And I thought Bill was awesome in doing that. And he looked really excited, as much as Bill can, going forward and what we'll see next.
Yeah, that meter doesn't go very high. It's a tight range of emotion that we see from Bill Belichick, Devin McCourty. Hey, Devin, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Big part of our coverage of the Super Wild Card round. Stay safe, and again, we'll see you Saturday. Thanks again, pal.
Appreciate for having me on, guys.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.